Okay, so they have currently made quite a lot of progress clearing the house site, which is just over there. They're digging the founds, they're using the rock breaker, they've been doing that for about a week and a half. Hopefully get the concrete starting to get poured next week. But we need to make more space because we've got like the kit arriving, the builders have got all of their gear and equipment. I think they want to stick a container down somewhere that they can use just for storing stuff. So my plan is to clear the dreaded scrapyard, the pile of stuff that is built up here over time. Now, to be fair, my tractor is not part of that. I brought the tractor up here specifically so we can try and move some of the stuff around here. Now, let me just give you a really quick rundown of all the stuff that we have and what state that it's in. So first of all, and the thing that actually works the best is, ironically enough, the worst looking of the lot. This is our 1989, I think, Sanderson teleporter, which is a telehandler, basically. We bought this. I bought this from a farm over in Inverness to use to build the road that comes up through the woods here, because we need to remove loads of gravel, loads of dumping and transporting of piles of gravel and then moving it closer to the road itself using our wee digger and everything, and it's been absolutely amazing. It looks rough as anything, but it works, and this is the one that I'm the least worried about. Started this up yesterday, she moved around fine. We need to find a place to put this, but I think I'll probably just park it somewhere out the road. So this one, not worried about, works, starts, perfect. This is one of like 3 boat trailers that we have. This thing you might have seen, there's actually a video on this channel all about this. It's a little red dumper, I forget even the make of it now. And we bought this expecting to use it for the road build and stuff, but we never ended up really using it because we got the telehandler. It is a crank start, you've got to turn it over yourself. It's a little 2-cylinder diesel engine. It works really well, except it's an absolute nightmare to steer. The throttle control is really difficult to use, and it's so difficult to start that you end up not using it very much. So I think what we'll try and do, I don't think I can even be bothered trying to start this. I think what I'd rather try and do is just tow it somewhere out of the way on the grass. But real shame. I think I'm going to have to sell this thing because we just do not use it very much. So trailer number 2, this time it's not a boat trailer, this is our plant trailer. This is what our little digger arrived on, but there's no brakes and it is kind of teetering on 3 wheels out of 4. But I'm not too worried about this. We moved this one quite recently. This thing is not mine, it's actually my uncle's old Subaru. Real shame, it's kind of been sitting up here and a lot of places for a long time now. We did move it up here. I am not convinced I will get it started. So I think this thing is staying here, unfortunately. This is my darling Suzuki Jimny. Unfortunately, has been sitting up here for a long time unmoved as well too. I really need to sell this thing. It doesn't have an MOT. You don't need an MOT to drive your vehicle here on Raasay. We're kind of grandfathered into these old laws where you actually don't even need a driver's license technically to drive on Raasay. You can drive with a provisional license, a kind of learner's license as you'd call it maybe outside of the UK, without another person in the car. But this thing has long outlived its usefulness because I now have my Toyota, the Hilux, which has kind of replaced it, and it's been sitting up here neglected. It would still make a good vehicle for someone, probably would work best as a farm vehicle or like somebody who wants to build an off-road truck of some sort. It's very rusty underneath. It would need a lot of welding to get it past a roadworthy MOT, but it's in good condition otherwise. This thing has not started in a while. I've had the battery attached and charging overnight in the garage. We'll see if it works. Fingers crossed. This is my 1955 diesel Ferguson tractor. Unlike everything up here, it looks beautiful and it functions perfectly. So this thing is the most reliable machine I think that I own. This thing actually stays in the garage. It does not stay up here. I brought this thing up here last night to tow this. This is what trailer number 3. This is our tractor trailer that we bought to use with the tractor. And you guessed it, it's also broken. This thing has a hydraulic ram because it's a tipping trailer, and I think the ram is leaking or something like that. But it'll move. So the plan is use the tractor to tow the trailer away. Then we'll try and get the Jimny started and move it out the way, and then this whole corner over here is clear. There's also a whole bunch of junk behind us over there, but we've ordered a skip, and I think I'm gonna have to wait for the skip to arrive before I try and shift any of that. But I think what we'll do, like I say, is get started with the Jimny. I've brought the battery up, let's connect it up, and let's just hope that we can get it started. Let's get this open. Oh, this thing is so seized that it doesn't even really need the little arm anymore to hold up the bonnet. There we go. She's actually not too bad in terms of rust. And I know you're probably looking at all the rust and going, really? But Jimny's rust really badly. And this Jimny in particular is a Santana Motors O2 edition. That means it's the convertible soft top. And these ones were made in Spain, and these ones apparently rust even worse than the Japanese ones, which is saying a lot because the Japanese ones rust really badly as well too. So let's try and get this battery loaded in. Have I got a spanner? Oh, I do. Yeah, like I say, when I connected this last night, it was dead. I took my battery pack, put it on here, connected them up, and the battery pack wouldn't even recognise. No spark or anything, but it wouldn't even recognise that it was a battery. So, okay, well, amazingly, that seemed to work. Looking a little bit rough in here. I've been using this as a little bit of a shed. Okay, I don't even know how much fuel's in this. What is the fuel gauge? Oh God, fuel's almost empty. Right, well, let's just start her up, see if she'll turn over. This car, man, these Jimnys are some of the most reliable vehicles you'll ever have. I mean, I never do any work to this thing. All I've ever done is topped up the oil every now and then. And she's not in great nick, but she just always starts. It's legitimately incredible. Right, I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna run down and grab a little bit of fuel. I'm gonna pop a little bit of fuel in it just so it's got something fresh in there, and then we'll try and move it. No fuel station on Rasse, remember? So you gotta always have some fuel on you. Right, fuel door. This is a screw top jerry can, which I'm sure many of you will remember from my video on jerry cans, is not the best design. I'm much more of a fan of the traditional jerry can. Now, oh man, blast from the past getting in here. I don't own a vehicle anymore really that is manual either. Both my wife's car and the Hilux are both automatics. Right, okay. Oh, I missed this as well too. You put in the tiniest dribble of fuel and it gives you half a tank. Oh, shite. Should not have left. That was really stupid of me. I should not have left the handbrake on. Right, let's see if she'll shift forward. Oh, well, that was the brakes unseizing. Okay, she moves. I think what I'll do is I've got this gap here in the woods behind my my dad's garage. It's a little bit of a drive down, but I think what we'll do is we'll park her up here, nice and out of the way. Okay, I need to remember this is where I put it. So if I lose it, I need to come back here in the woods. Okay, so that is the Jimny now moved. Now I've got to try and move this thing. But the problem is we stupidly piled up all this stone here. So I don't even really know what to do. I suppose I could bring the tractor around and then just try and tow it out of the way. I could get out the wee digger, try and clear some space. Well, I went to check the digger and surprise, surprise, there's no fuel in it. So, you know, the tractor's pretty small. I wonder if I could just maneuver it around. Right, let's see. Now look, it's been a day of a lot of things not working. Ferguson tractor. I have spent my time praising the fact that you work every time. So, on that note, will you just start? You can see how tight this is. We're literally in the rain over here. But I think we've almost got it. Okay. Okay, we are making progress. Bloody hell, I'm exhausted. What is next? I think I will try to move this next. This is the plant trailer. This thing's in good nick. It's really annoying. We just need to get a new brake setup for it, and then we could actually use it more often for collecting stuff. All right, let's see if this moves. Okay. Whew. Oh. Well, that was actually easier than I expected. I'm amazed that this bit works as well as it does. The jockey wheels are always the bits on trailers that go first. Okay. She shouldn't be going anywhere now. So we now have tractor trailer, Suzuki Jimny, plant trailer. What have we got left? We've got the boat trailer, which is easy. The most difficult one is that that little red dumper. So let's go see if we can find a way to shift it. I think maybe the best thing to do with the dumper is just to try and get a strop and then pull it over onto here so that it's just out the way, you know. Might be the best bet. Okay, first things first, get rid of the boat trailer. Easy stuff out the way first. I just remembered that this bastardin trailer has a little lock on it. It's got a little lock so that you can't steal it. But of course it is, as you can see, rusted to hell. And I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get this on here. Of course, obviously. Why would it work, you know? So yeah, the problem we're having is that this won't go down, and this key, I mean, goodness knows if it'll ever come undone. So my thought was, maybe I could just use this strop and just sort of tie it off. Like, just wrap it round a bunch of times, like this, and then just hope, and then just drive really carefully. I have no idea. By the end there, I think I was just spinning it in loops to see if it would make any difference. I have no idea if that'll work. Sometimes my genius is, well, it's frightening, you know. I think we can risk increasing the speed a bit. And then the plan would be, if you could stand here and as it moves, try and steer it.
Do you want to just pop these in the...
Oh! It does, but it's the back wheels that steer, not the front.
I know what that means for me.
Well, it just means those wheels steer, not yours.
Okay.
So,
Ah.
oh God. So you want to be steering it that way. Can you steer it? Try and haul it over. No. Ah, that'll do. Well, look at all this extra space. I wasn't able to get the dumper moved away as much as I wanted. I still need to maybe move these like tires and some odd bits and pieces out the way. Telehandler is nice and tucked up next to the dumper at least. Trailers are gone. Well, obviously the quad's not going to be there. The Jimny has now been moved. There's just some rubbish at the back there. So hopefully now plenty of space to be dumping even more stuff for the house build. I'll tell you what today has reminded me of the most, moving all of this stuff and trying in the process to move this stuff, finding all the other bits that are broken and having to do all that along the way. It reminds me of the opening to Malcolm in the Middle, which is one of my favourite TV shows growing up. And there's a cold open where Hal, played by Bryan Cranston, the dad comes in, he turns on the light switch and the light is broken. And I think he goes to the cupboard to get the bulbs, and on the shelf where the bulbs are, the shelf breaks. And then I think he goes to like a shelf to get his toolboxes and he opens it up and he finds that the door is squeaking. So he goes to get some oil to try and oil the door and he can't find any oil. And then he gets into his car to go to the shop to buy oil and the car is broken. And then it comes to his wife coming home and his wife kind of realizes the bulb is out, goes to find Hal and he...
Al, can you replace that light bulb in the kitchen?
What does it look like I'm doing?
But I'm very tired. But I am very pleased that we have finally managed to give ourselves a bit more space at the cost of basically filling up the little woodland track down there with all of these junked cars and broken trailers. But anyway, one of these days I'm just going to get one of those cubers so that you can just smash a cube. That said, if you're in Scotland in the Highlands and you want a broken down old Jimny, give me a shout and I don't know, I'll put that on a trailer and take it down to you. If I can get the trailers working, because of course all the trailers are broken. Anyway, I'll see you later.